Detective Dotty and the Missing Cookie Jar. Once upon a time, in a cozy little town called Sweetville, there lived a clever and curious little girl named Dotty. Dotty had always been fascinated by mysteries and loved playing detective. Her shiny detective badge was her most prized possession, and she was always ready to solve any puzzling case that came her way. One sunny morning, as Dotty was enjoying her breakfast, she noticed something very strange. The cookie jar on the kitchen counter was empty. Dotty's heart skipped a beat, and her detective instincts kicked in. She knew she had to find out who took the cookies. Dotty put on her detective hat, grabbed her magnifying glass, and began examining the scene of the crime. She spotted some tiny cookie crumbs on the floor near the cookie jar. "Aha!" she exclaimed. "A clue!" With determination in her eyes, Dotty followed the crumb trail through the house. She tiptoed past the living room, careful not to disturb her sleeping cat, Whiskers. The crumbs led her up the stairs and into her little brother Max's room. Max was known for his love of cookies, and Dotty thought he might be the culprit. But when Dotty confronted Max, he looked up at her with his big innocent eyes and said, "I didn't take the cookies, Dotty. I was too busy building a tower with my blocks." Dotty believed her brother and realized she needed to keep searching for more clues. She retraced her steps back downstairs and into the backyard. There, she found a set of muddy footprints leading towards their neighbor's house. Curiosity piqued, Dotty decided to pay a visit to Mrs. Jenkins, the kind old lady next door. Mrs. Jenkins loved baking cookies and often shared them with the neighborhood children. Dotty explained the mystery to Mrs. Jenkins, who agreed to help in any way she could. Together, they examined the muddy footprints and discovered something unusual. The footprints were much smaller than a grown-up's, and they were shaped like paws. Dotty's eyes widened. She realized that the culprit wasn't a person but a mischievous little dog named Buster. Dotty and Mrs. Jenkins followed the paw prints to Buster's doghouse, where they found the missing cookie jar nestled among Buster's toys. Buster wagged his tail, looking guilty but also very proud of his sneaky adventure. Dotty gently scolded Buster, reminding him that taking cookies without permission is not acceptable. But she also thanked him for leading her on such an exciting detective adventure. Buster gave Dotty a big, slobbery lick, and they all headed back home. Back in Sweetville, Dotty became a hero for solving the mystery of the missing cookies. She was celebrated by her friends and neighbors, and even the mayor awarded her with a special medal for her detective skills. From that day on, Detective Dotty and her trusty sidekick, Buster, were always ready to solve mysteries and bring smiles to the faces of the people in Sweetville.